Hello again everyone, and welcome back. I hope you're all well. It's a Saturday today. I'm back in Kent and I'm joined by Andy of Kent Survival. He's just over by his truck, and as you can see by the Millennium Cross behind us, we're at Reculver on the coast. So the sea is out that way. As you can see in the background is Reculver Towers, which is the remains of an old church. We'll tell you a bit more about that later on. The plan for tonight is, and it's definitely on this time, wild camping. We're going to wild camp at Reculver Towers. We're going to go and scout out a few possible spots to camp tonight. I've got some new kit that I want to test out. And behind us is the King Ethelbert Inn, cracking little pub. And yeah, we'll probably be going in there, get some food, a couple of ciders, the usual sort of thing. The weather's not too bad today. I think the worst of the weather is behind us now, all that snow. We've got a little walk as well planned. It's an 8-mile walk, should take us about 3.5 hours. We're probably going to do that tomorrow now, because I've got the day booked off work. Yes. And yeah, we was going to do it today, but I got stuck in the worst traffic jam ever trying to get to the Dartford crossing from Essex. There's a lot of accidents, it was pretty bad, and then Dartford was quite busy as well. They'd shut down a couple of roads, so yeah, not a fan of Dartford at the moment. But Andy is here. Here he is. You should all know him by now. He's becoming quite the famous celebrity on YouTube. Embarrassing him. Yeah, his bodyguard's in the truck, by the way. So yeah, he is signing autographs as well. But yeah, doing really well. So well done, mate. Well deserved.
Thank you.
But anyways, enough talking. Let's get walking. Reculver Towers and Roman Fort is a Roman fort and medieval church. The Roman fort of Regulbium was established around AD 200. Occupied for 200 years, it was then abandoned and later reused as an Anglo-Saxon monastery. The monastic church was subsequently adapted, serving as Reculver's parish church until the early 19th century, when the impact of coastal erosion led to its demolition. Only its towers were saved as navigational markers. The remains of St Mary's Church stands in the centre of the Roman fort of Regulbium. The coastline has altered greatly, and the sea has eroded about half of the fort. Egbert, King of Kent, gave Reculver to the church for the foundation of a monastery. In AD 669, a priest named Bassa built the first church dedicated to St Mary the Virgin. Christianity came to Kent with St Augustine in AD 597 and flourished in the following century. Reculver was a good choice for a monastery. Symbolically, the Roman fort represented an ancient seat of power, and practically its ruins provided a ready source of brick and stone. This Anglo-Saxon church had a tall nave, a smaller rounded chancel, with a stone bench and smaller side chambers, porticus, for receiving gifts from visitors and storing vestments, books, vessels, and bread and wine for the Eucharist. This was probably abandoned due to the Viking invasions, which began around AD 800 and continued through to about 1016. The church was reused, probably following the Norman conquest, serving as the Reculver parish until 1805, when a decision was made to demolish it. Only the western towers were spared to serve as a navigation aid for shipping. The fort headquarters. Ahead of you stood the Principia, or headquarters building, the administrative and symbolic centre of the fort, where all military business and ceremony took place. In its large hall, basilica, the commanding officer could assemble the men under his command. Reculver was garrisoned by the first cohort of Batassi, a regiment of 480 men originally raised in what is now Western Germany. The Wantsum, a vanished waterway. The fort of Reculver occupied a strategic location on the edge of a wide seaway, the Wantsum Channel, which is now dry land. A Roman soldier's view from here, 1,800 years ago, was very different. 200 metres in front of him and extending to his right, the sea flowed for miles along the Wantsum Channel towards the important Roman settlement at Richborough. Beyond the channel lay an island, Thanet, visible today as high ground on the horizon. Thanet is famous as the place where St Augustine landed in AD 597 on his journey from Rome to begin a Christian mission in Kent. 70 years later, the founding of a monastery at Reculver was one outcome of this mission. By the 12th century, the Wantsum was beginning to silt up, hindering the passage of ships, and marshland began to form. This was gradually drained and enclosed as farmland by 1600, reducing the Wantsum to a tiny river and joining Thanet to the mainland. The fort of Reculver was an important link between the Roman provinces in Britain and Europe, and part of a network of strongly defended forts which enforced control across the Roman Empire. On a low hilltop, the square fort covered about 3 hectares. Each of its sides was about 170 metres long. Its main defence was a stone wall, 5 to 7.5 metres high, with a parapet walkway from which the soldiers could defend the fort. The Roman fort of Reculver was occupied from around AD 200 until the withdrawal of the army from Britain in AD 407. In the 7th century AD, a Christian monastery was built within the ruins of the fort. Roman soldiers and sailors stationed at Reculver fought in Britain and abroad. They helped supply other army units and protected trade and tax collection. By the 4th century, they were operating naval patrols along the coast to prevent Saxon and Frankish raiders from plundering the rich province of Britain. The east gate of Reculver in about AD 250, there were rooms above and to one side of the gate for the guards who checked all comings and goings. A fighting platform on the top enabled them to defend against attack. The fort was arranged around a grid of streets. The buildings included a headquarters, barracks, granaries, storehouses, and a house for baths and for the commanding officer. When the army left, the fort was neglected until AD 669. At the centre of each side of the fort was a gate, 2 of which were revealed during archaeological excavations. Just in front of us, the modern path passes over the east gate, where the square foundations of a guard chamber remain on one side. The core of the fort wall stretches away on each side, its facing stones long since robbed. Behind us, 2 7-metre wide and 3-metre deep V-shaped ditches were dug right round the fort as an obstacle to would-be attackers trying to reach and climb the wall. Roman troops at Reculver served aboard warships like this Bivvy, powered by oars and sail. In the 4th century AD, bands of Saxons and Franks raided the prosperous settlements of southeast Britain. Roman naval forces attempted to locate and destroy them at sea. Roman trade flourished between Britain, the continent, and the Mediterranean. Sometime between AD 160 and AD 200, a merchant ship sank 3 miles offshore from Reculver, near Pudding Pan Rock. Remains of its cargo, thousands of high-class pottery vessels made at Les Eaux in southern France, have been dredged from the sea. So yeah, that was a little look around Reculver Towers and the history of the place. Hope you enjoyed that and found it useful. I think all the families and screaming kids have gone. Good. And yeah, we've got some absolutely amazing views looking out to sea here. And to be honest, I think when it gets quiet, you could probably camp, get away with a cheeky wild camp sort of just behind me over this shoulder, against the wall here, and then you've got this fence overlooking the drop down to the sea. So yeah, we could probably, I think, mate, potentially camp sort of here, amongst here. The new kit I've got is I've got a new Outkit Gordon 30 litre dry bag style rucksack. Got it on eBay, like a third off the price, and it was brand new as well. So I got it for I think about 22 quid, something like that. I've got a new Rab Storm Hyperlight bivvy, bright orange. So it's sort of a zipped bivvy, not with a hoop in it or anything. Looks really good. Haven't tested it out yet. That was an eBay purchase as well. It was brand new, right? With it didn't have tags on it, but the guy that had bought it was going to use it for a trip somewhere. Never went on it, and it literally hadn't been taken out of its stuff sack. And they retail at £125. I got it brand new without tags on eBay for £46. That's banging, that is. I was really pleased. And I've got a new down sleeping bag as well, which is 946 grams. It says 3 season, but the guy selling it said it's more like a 2 season bag. And it's a Black's Apex Goose down sleeping bag. Only problem is it's bright pink, and I didn't know it was bright pink until I got it out of the stuff sack. He didn't show it out of the stuff sack on eBay. Good reason why, probably, because it's bright fucking pink, like Barbie pink. You'll see later on anyway, but I'm looking forward to it. Lovely, lovely location, this. It's a coastal camp with a difference. Right, we're back at the truck and the King Ethelbert Inn, and I think the plan is we're going to head inside, get some food, get some drinks, maybe ask them if we can repark the truck over there and leave it there overnight, because we're not sure about the parking here in the car park, whether we can park it overnight. So we'll see anyway. We'll get back to you soon, probably in there. Right, welcome back. That was about a minute's walk, and from the truck. And
Are you filming?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I feel me saying, "Oh, they're smelly."
Yeah, Andy's just dropped a fart, so we're about to set up. I'll just show you this rucksack that I've got. So this is the Outkit Gordon 30 litre kind of dry bag rucksack. You've got some one pockets, which is really useful, and it's just a simple roll top closure. The clip does come with a sternum strap and a very small thin hip belt. If you're going light enough, then it doesn't really matter. I've added a water bottle holder to the left strap, and then there's this little bit here. I suppose maybe you could put a water bladder. I've got my first aid kit in there just in case I need to get to it quickly, but fingers crossed we won't need it. I've also got my Tyvek ground sheet in there, a black bag, and this silver ground mat as well to help sort of bounce your body heat back up. Andy has also brought along a couple of camp chairs, so we haven't got far to go. And yeah, so I'm going with my OEX bush tarp tonight and my new Bivvy bag. I'll just grab this out of here. Whee! So there, it's the Storm Bivvy, and it is that colour, quite a bright orange, but very, very light. It's around the 400-500 gram mark, I believe. Packs down nice and small, about the same size as the Rav Ridge Raider. Welcome back, everyone. We have set up. As you can see, my tarp is not here. No, it has not blown into the sea. Basically, couldn't be bothered with it, couldn't get a good pitch on it, and I thought, let's try out this Rab Storm Hyperlight Bivvy properly and just go sort of cowboy camping, would you call it? I don't know, anyway, but I thought let's give it a try. So that's the setup. Andy's chair that he's kindly lent me. It's got me my Outkick Gordon on it. So far, good rucksack, quite comfy. Don't know what it's like walking with, so we'll have to give that a test. Yeah, show you the setup. So the bivvy itself, nice shade of orange. It's got like a little Velcro sort of storm flap. It's got a zip, so it's the first time I've had like a normal bivvy bag with a zip, and it's got this like mesh bit, so sort of, I suppose, lets a bit of air in, sort of, it's a bit more breathable. So opening it up, this monstrosity is a £16, 16 quid goose down bag that I got off of eBay. It's second hand, but it's in good nick. It's an Apex Ledge 250 by Blacks. Weighs like 946 grams. That was one of the main reasons I wanted it. Plus it's goose down, plus it was cheap. Didn't know it was pink because the photos were of it in its stuff sack, so nice surprise. So I'll be lending that one to Candice when we go together. See what that's going to be like tonight as well. Got the usual OEX self-inflating half pad, never lets me down. Got the Thermarest Z-Lite, once again really reliable. Got me little OEX pillow there, and then I've got me down booties as well, although it's actually quite warm tonight. I've got the softy trousers on as well. I'm probably going to be really toasty. I've got like spare clothes in that. Then underneath I've got this new sort of very thin silver reflective, heat reflective ground mat. I think it was Kai, Fenland Wild Camper. Last time we met up, he had one of these, and I was like, I'm going to have to get one. That was like 13 quid off of eBay. Guy I got them from makes them like brand new, sells them, does some good stuff. I think it's called Paul Stoke Paul or something on eBay. I'll try and include a link. And then we've got the Tyvek ground sheet. That's like £4.50 off of eBay as well. So, you know, trying to sort of find some cheap stuff. So, close all that up. And then I've got like a little ditty bag of just bits and pieces. Try and keep it all organised, just the usual stuff in there. That's my food bag, although we've had a hell of a lot of food in the pub, so probably that's overkill. Mostly that's breakfast. Then stove tonight, I've got my little Trangia and little bottle of fuel. I'm going to use it with my Vargo titanium wood stove that's in there. Get that set up for a hot drink soon. Then got me my out kit, titanium pots as usual, and a mug in there. And I've also got my out kit crackly gas stove, just in case for whatever reason the Trangia didn't work or I wanted to cook something a bit quicker. So yeah, that's that set up. And then I'll show you Andy's setup. He's chilling out here, and here we are. So yeah, he's got the OEX Fox one, same tent as mine. Yeah, it's a cracking little tent.
The Summit 250 mountain warehouse.
Yep, that's a nice thick bag. That looks warm. And then you've
-2 comfort, I think.
-2 comfort. That's pretty decent. Yeah, that's synthetic, isn't it? That one.
Yeah.
And then you've got your is it Outdoorsman Lab sleeping bag. These look really good, and they're 30 quid right now, you say?
Yeah, I think they've come down. They were £50. When I last looked, they were 30.
They're decent bags. Is it full length?
Yes.
It's full length, banging.
Yeah, mummy.
How much does it weigh?
I
Do you know?
don't know, but
Okay.
I do say on my video where I reviewed the other one that's similar. Check that out.
Check that out. And then what have you got? You've got a silver car sunscreen thing, and then you've got like it's like a sort of a copy of the Thermarest Sea Light.
Nature Hike one.
Nature Hike. How much was that?
Well, I got it for £2 at the boot sale.
£2 at a boot sale.
I think they are 15 quid if you get them new.
That's still a
Not
bargain.
much more.
So Andy's currently, I think, got the bargain of the camp, and I thought I had it with my Bivvy and stuff. That's pretty damn good. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, so it's worth mentioning again because I'm quite proud of this. So this Rab Bivvy is brand spanking new. The guy never even took it out of the stuff sack, and he said he was going to use it for one trip and never did. So he took the tags off it, so it's still brand spanking new. They retail, I think it said on the Rab website, at like 125 quid. I got this for 46 quid, and that's P&P included. That's, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So as you can tell, maybe not so happy with the sleeping bag being Barbie pink, but you know. So yeah, so with bright orange and Barbie pink, I'm rocking the camp theme tonight. Yeah, so oh well, hopefully we're not going to be spotted. So yeah, you could probably use that as like
you'll be spotted from sea.
Yeah, I was going to say there'll be ships out to sea like, oh, there's a camper there. Well, welcome back everyone. It's coming up to midnight I think now, and I've just done myself a hot chocolate and an Nescafe 2-in-1. Used the Trangia inside my little Vargo wood stove. It boiled up like half a litre. Boiled it up really, really quick. I mean, I wasn't timing it, but you know, before I knew it, it was done, and it was pretty much as quick as like a gas stove would have done almost. So I'm really pleased with that. Okay, well, I'm inside this little Rab Storm Hyperlight Bivvy. It's quite roomy in here, and I've got the thing zipped all the way up. Sort of condensation isn't building up too bad because I've got sort of like the little air vent around the zip, and oh yeah, it's not too bad. You'll see him in the morning. Good morning everyone. It's about 6:20 in the morning. We're waiting for the sun to come up. The sea, as you can see, is just in front of us, and the wall of the remains of the church of Reculver Towers is behind us. I'm just boiling up some water on the trangier for hot drink. Got a bit of breakfast on the go over there as well. Nothing particularly fancy, cold stuff really, doesn't need cooking. Seagulls are looming overhead, hopefully we don't get shit on. Andy's over there in his Fox one. He was woken up about half-hour ago by a couple walking down here. They thought I was a dead body as well, so that's the only problem when you're in a bivvy bag, is everyone thinks you're a corpse. So I think the sun is going to be coming up over that way, so to my right, and then we look there. How about that? There's the Reculver Towers. We did it. We managed to wild camp pretty much directly under them, so great success. The bivvy bag, that's probably what you're wondering about the most. How was the kit? The bivvy bag was good. It breathed pretty well. I mean, there's a few sort of bits of condensation build up near where my face was, but the rest of it is absolutely fine. I've not woken up in like a puddle of water or anything, and I was more than warm all night. I was incredibly toasty and comfy as well. Sort of the mat system was fine, kept me warm. Yeah, using the old rucksack as well, and the OEX pillow was good. No neck ache or anything, which is good. Yeah, it was a success. So just waiting for this water to boil and waiting for the sun to come up, which, if there is a sunrise, we'll definitely show you that one. Morning, Kent Survival.
Morning. Survived the night.
Certainly did. Right, we're all packed up. We are leaving absolutely no trace. You would not know we was even here. And now for the epic, and I mean truly epic, walk back to the truck at the pub. Hopefully we survive this one. The whole 50 metres of it. We'll see you back there soon. It's been a good camp, this one, memorable as well. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. Right, welcome back. We've been back at the truck for a little while, just sort of chilling really, and we're about to start an 8.25 mile walk, and it's from this book here. Buy it now. Yeah, that's Andy's one, so he's organising all of this. This is my map. You're going to want OS Explorer 150, Canterbury and Isle of Thanet, Herne Bay, Deal and Whitstable. So yeah, should be a good little walk, this one. It's just gone 9 AM. We're heading the way we come from Reculver Towers. This is probably going to be the main highlight of the walk. We're going to be passing some salt works and
shellfish hatchery.
That's it, and we thought that was a sewage works at first, so it's not. Yeah.
Tastes the same.
Tastes the same, exactly, yeah. See? But then of course you've got to remember is everyone's got different tastes, you see. Don't be so shellfish. Oh! Anyways, enough talking, let's get walking. Andy's head is Reculver Towers in the distance. We're nearly there, so there's not a lot else really to show you sort of between now and then. It's been a nice little walk. We've had a cracking weekend, excellent camp, good time in the pub as well. So we'll see you back at the truck where we'll sign off. Okay, we've reached Reculver Towers Country Park again, and that is the end of the video. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Andy for organising this one. It was his plans and stuff that we've put in place, and yeah, it's gone really well.
It was a good one, thank you for coming.
Very good wild camp, yeah, and the walk was pretty decent as well. The weather has been really decent. We thought it was going to be a lot worse than this, so we've been really lucky.
Pretty mild.
Very, very mild, yeah. It's a sign of things to come, hopefully. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyway, so yeah, all that leaves me to say is thank you very much for watching. Thanks for the continued support as always. Please continue to do so. Get in the comments, let us know what you think, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Cheers for watching. Bye. Banging. Oh, there's a step there. I went right down that.